Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, people? Back with a bang. Here I am to bring you guys my weekly watch list. So the first thing I want to point out is this video, hopefully it is uploaded, hopefully you are watching it, because last week Sunday I forgot to actually release my weekly watch list video, even though I did record it. So hopefully if you are watching this, then I did make it luckily, and I did manage to record it this time. Second of all, this week is a 4-day trading week due to Good Friday, so make sure that you remember that with your options, contracts, expiries, and whatever you're trading. Now, there's a few different bits of information, news this week coming up, but also there's a couple different earnings plays that you might want to look at. Obviously, the main earning seasons is gone for the next 5-6 weeks, but yeah, it's died down a little bit. But we are going to have a look at a couple different earnings plays, and then of course, as usual, we're going to break down the different stocks I'm watching for this week. Now, make sure you do drop a thumbs up, show your appreciation for this, and of course, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. So let's dive into it. You know what? Let's start with the earnings plays. So here's this beautiful Discord. Thank you, Shona, for dropping that for us. But we're here to look at the earnings. As you guys know, if you're in my Discord, I post these every single week. So let's look into it. Monday, Bitcoin Depot. There's not really a lot Monday, let's be honest. Tuesday, there is GameStop. That's the only one I'd really say. Wednesday, CCL. I'll be looking at that. Definitely, we'll look at that stock today. And Thursday, WBA is kind of important. Hut, crypto miner. That's pretty much it, to be honest. Planet, if that's the Planet I think it is, which is the green, that might be interesting too. I don't know if that stock's still at $1, but whatever. So yeah, just 2 or 3 really important earnings this week, in my opinion. And let's check out the news for this week. So I know Monday we've got new home sales. Most important news comes out this Thursday. You've got US Q4 GDP, you've got initial jobless claims, you've got pending home sales, you've got consumer sentiment. Yeah, Thursday is really the one to look at in regards to news. And then of course, if you are looking to see what other kind of articles, news, is available, you can go on different websites like MarketWatch, But you've also got Yahoo Finance. You've got a load of different websites you can check out. CNBC as well, Bloomberg. There are just so many. So yeah, why a Fed rate cut in June is not yet done deal. I agree. I'm thinking it's more July, August. But we don't want to hear about rate cuts, right? Let's jump straight into the stocks. Nvidia stock rallies up. Trump might be... Is this about his DJT stock? Let's find out. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. That's also going to be interesting, that DJT SPAC stock. All right, let's jump into the charts. So here I have the S&P 500. As you can see, very clearly being bullish. But this week we finished red the last couple of days. Weekly chart, let's see how the overall week went. It was a green week. All right, still looking good, still looking fine, still looking like we're flying. Let's start with CCL because they report earnings Wednesday. For me, this is a beautiful chart. This is the weekly chart. Just steadily uptrending in theory, breaking above the moving averages now. Daily chart. Similar story. You're getting those ebbs and flows. You're getting those rallies, pullbacks and rallies. How did they do last earnings? Last earnings, they dropped. Earnings before that, they dropped. Okay, that's fine. But if you look at CCL's brothers, like NCLH, look what they did last earnings. Norwegian Cruise Lines. They did the opposite. They rallied. Look, zoom. So it could be anyone's guess as to what happens. And I'll also have a look at NCLH, depending on how CCL's earnings go. But I'm leaning more to the bullish side of things for CCL. Of course, I'm expecting a run up until the earnings, and then from there we either skyrocket or we tank down. Very unlikely that we stay at the same kind of levels. But yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts and feelings on CCL. So I'm looking at calls up around to this level, around $18. And then if we blow, we could reach back up to those highs around 1972 from back in December, which was just after just before their last earnings as well. Then moving on to Lululemon, ticker symbol LULU. You can clearly see it dropped, tanked, I think about 17% at its lowest Friday. Funny thing is they beat on EPS, earnings per share, and they also beat on revenue, but guidance was poor. So the Wall Street expectations for the upcoming future are not as good as previously predicted. You guys might also know that the CEO is, I think, kind of racist, especially towards Asians. Obviously, Lulu has 2 L's in it, or 3 L's in it, Lululemon. and he was talking about how, you know, Asian people or something like this can't pronounce it, something very stupid. Obviously that, I don't know if that's the reason the stock also tanked, but it hasn't helped his case and it hasn't helped the stock's case. Obviously it's still going to make a lot of money, you know, like I said, beating on revenue. Obviously they've still got a great business model, they've got great sales, they're a company that's continuing to grow. But you've also just got to be careful, as we've seen with Elon Musk, when you're a CEO, certain things you just can't say and get away with. So yeah, that's Lululemon right now. Is this a buy the dip opportunity before we continue pushing up to those levels of, you know, $500? Or is this where it kind of just starts pulling on back down to 358, you know, lower down to 331 levels from last year in June? Who knows? But I'll just keep it on my radar just to want to watch, see how the price action pans out over the first couple of days of this week. Then I'll decide what to do with it. So if you're in a Discord, make sure you remind me about Lululemon as well. Then moving on to the great stock. I mean, I talked about CEOs. Let's talk about a stock which has one of those CEOs who's always up to no good. Tesla. So daily chart is looking kind of bearish, but it's still trading in between my channels. Weekly chart is interesting. Weekly chart is clearly showing that there's more blood to come out. A weekly chart is showing that we're bearish. Back-to-back red weeks. We just finished this green this past week, just about, but it's clearly bearish. You see the rejections at the 200-day MA. You see it broke below my level of support. You see it slightly broke. It closed below my trend line and is, you know, again, creeping back up, but I think it's looking like a bit more blood for Tesla. Maybe at least back to 165, maybe even 160. But these are buying the dip opportunities for me. Tesla still has a great future. Tesla still has a lot of things they're doing when it comes to innovation and technology. Of course, you start to see the Cybertrucks more and more. In fact, this week I've seen 3 different Cybertrucks. That's more than I've ever seen, I think, in a month. I've seen that in just this week. So, you know, soon we're going to have not just the celebrities in the Cybertrucks, we're going to have more and more of us regular people in the Cybertrucks. But yeah, Tesla's looking bearish for me. If I break it down a little bit more on a smaller time frame, pick out the 4-hour chart here. You can see it's like it wants to not rally, but it wants to show signs of, you know, bullish momentum, but it's just keeps dropping back down. Keeps dropping back down. We get these little pushes up, drop back down, push up, drop back down. So you might see a push up and again another $5-6 drop potentially. On the other hand, if we do start breaking up again and we do break that 180 level, I think that's a key level. That 180 level, we've struggled to break that majority of the month of March. We break that 180 level and we could see another rally back up towards 200 in the last couple of weeks of March. So that's what I've got for Tesla. Now I want to move on to Apple, another stock that's been dying recently. Now, Apple been getting hit with lawsuits back to back. They're currently at 172. The lows this year were around 169, so just $3 off. Honestly, it's a weak stock right now. Look at the daily price action. We had from 6th of March to 20th of March, a period of time where it slowly uptrended, slowly showed signs of strength, and it just sold off. The lawsuits came in, it sold off. The market started dropping, it sold off. Weekly chart hasn't been great. Look at that. 4 red weeks back to back. It's just like every time you see Apple start to push up or show signs of strength, it just looks weak again. So that's one thing I'll just point out. Apple, I'll be looking at puts down to that level 167 I've got there. That's really my low level for Apple, at least for this month. So I'll be looking at puts with Apple. But the way I trade it is really day trade it. I think the overnight swings are very, very extremely risky. And I think, honestly, if I want to trade this, like I said, it's a day trade. If I look at the price action intraday, so I'll pull up the hourly chart for this so you can see that a bit more. You see a lot of the moves are happening overnight. This one happened really overnight and then it opened red. This one happened pretty much overnight as well. Yeah, I'll be looking at the puts, but again, it's day trades for me. Let's see if this DJT, nah, it's not up there yet. I don't know when it's coming, but let's check DWAC. Dropped 13% Friday, 14% Friday. Daily chart's kind of looking nasty. I wonder how the DJT stock performs, honestly. And then I'll just round off with a little bit of interesting ones. So we've got to look at the GameStop. It's clearly bearish, but hey, after earnings, anything can happen. Last earnings kind of popped up a little bit, and before earnings gapped up. Again, we're not going to get back to those levels of 3 years ago where it was what, 500. I don't even know if it was 500 or let's check it out. I don't even remember what levels it was, but 2021, I know it was very crazy. Okay, not 500, but yeah, it was up. It was up there around 121. Okay, cool. Gosh, crazy times. But yeah, we're not going to get back up to those levels anytime soon. This is clearly an ugly chart. This is a monthly chart which looks disgusting. But I just wanted to put it out there. If you want to take a pop at something, you can go for the calls or the puts. I'm definitely staying away. But like I said, I'm just here to provide a watch list, a few of the stocks I'm watching, and put it on your radar. And I want to finish off with Target. Clearly the monthly chart looking great, but we're not trading on a monthly chart unless we're swinging for long term. So we pull up the weekly chart, also looking great. Kind of recovered after that major sell-off for the last half of last year. Daily, looking good. Had a gap up after earnings, steadily trading above the moving average. 4 hour, also looking bullish, steadily uptrending. No double top here, that's not a double top at all. But yeah, holding the moving averages nicely and steadily uptrending. So I like the price action here with Target. But as always, I'm going to be looking at all the rest of the stocks in the Discord. And if you're not in the Discord, make sure you come and join in, come tap in, come check it out with us. That's where we do the stock breakdowns. We talk about stocks each and every day. We live trade. We make sure we have fun. We talk about the different stocks reporting earnings. We do all that kind of stuff and more, so come and check it out. Second link in the description, stock option starter pack. That's 10 different videos. You have access to those for life. And of course, if you have any questions about anything in regards to that, just shoot me a DM, reach out to me on any platform. And then of course, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends. And lastly, check out all my profiles on all the different social media at The Wealth Prince on Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. That's it from me, guys. Make sure you guys go into this week with a plan, manage your money, manage your risk, and also make sure you don't sleep on crypto. Thanks a lot for watching. I got into making, you got into making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.